Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with a story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for leaving my girlfriend at a restaurant because she ordered the same meal as me again? How dare you? Only I can have the chicken strips here. We both know that. One of us must go. So I, 32 male, had this weird thing about food. I get really excited about trying different dishes. And part of that joy is ordering something unique when I go out to eat. My girlfriend, 28 female, has this habit of ordering the exact same thing I do almost every time we go out. Not similar, the exact same thing. At first I brushed it off. Whatever, maybe she just likes my taste in food. But after the 7th or 8th time, it started to get under my skin. I'd say, I think I'll try the chimichurri steak. And she'd go, oh yeah, me too, after I said that. Every time. I've even lightly brought it up before, like, hey, you should try something different. Then we could share and try both. But she always says she just wants whatever I'm having. Okay, I'm throwing a red flag right here. Not a girlfriend at OP. Because I think they just revealed the real reason they have a problem with it. It's because OP wants to try her food as well and wants it to be different. I feel like this is a selfish motivation here. Last week, we went to a new spot I'd been hyping up for weeks. I looked at the menu in advance. Yes, I'm that guy. Oh, it's Tony Spark. Was it you? Is this you, bro? And I was ready for this specific crispy duck bowl. Did you have a crispy duck bowl recently, Tony Spark?
Never.
He would never, I know.
I like duck.
I mentioned it while we were sitting down, and sure enough, she goes, oh, that sounds good. I'll get that too. I just froze. I didn't say anything. The server came, I ordered, and she repeated it verbatim. I excused myself, walked outside, and just sat in my car for a few minutes. The idea that, again, I wouldn't get to try two different things, and that I was about to have the exact same meal sitting across from me like a mirror, it just set me off. So I drove home. I didn't say anything. I texted her a few minutes later and said, I'm sorry, I needed some space. She was pissed. She said I embarrassed her and made her look stupid sitting there alone with two ducks. I get that, and I apologized the next day, but I told her I really needed her to understand how much that habit bothers me. She thinks that it's not a big deal and that I completely overreacted. So yeah, am I the astronaut for walking out over a repeated meal choice? Okay. Immediately, the biggest problem that I have with all this is, yes, it was a selfish motivation. It wasn't about her ordering the same thing as him and her being lazy or her copying him. It wasn't any of that. It was because he wanted to try something different. She deprived him of that opportunity to try some of her food and diversify his palate even further with two different meals to sample from. Now, in his defense, in that strategy, Candy Thunder and I do that all the time. We find two things that sound good. We order them both with the intent of splitting them. However, that is a 2 yes, 1 no structure. It takes two people being on board for that to happen. Now, the flip side of this is he's got a thing. We all have our things. I don't feel like he set this up as a firm boundary before bouncing and leaving her, abandoning her at the restaurant. I feel like he's mentioned it casually a few times, but never really set it up in a, hey, this really bothers me, and if it happens again, then this. He didn't do that. He just reacted. I have a big problem with that. Tater Rudy, what do you think?
I have a solution.
What is the solution?
Tell her what you're going to order. Let her order it. And then be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I think I'm going to have this. And then you have two dishes, and I don't know. I don't know why she's ordering the same thing. I mean, I think how did it say how old they were? Because if they're younger, that could be
32 and 28.
Okay.
Sorry, I dropped it.
Well, maybe she's just not experienced in food, and maybe he's more experienced, and so she's just taking his lead and ordering what he orders because the food that she is eating is not familiar to her.
Yeah.
Which I understand to an extent, but maybe then you would find out if she's literally just copying you if you let her order first and then change your order to something else that you would like to try.
Which brings up a really...
I don't know. Maybe is that manipulative?
No, it brings up a really interesting question here. Why is Brozo ordering first?
Yeah. I mean, why I would... If this is his issue... I think he overreacted. I think his reaction
is... Because this is his issue, because I think typically... This is a me thing. Maybe it's just a me thing. You guys tell me, but the ladies' first rule applies to ordering food as well.
Yeah.
And I would never order before you unless you just weren't ready.
Yeah. If I'm not ready, I'm like, no, you go. You go.
Yeah.
I give you the eyes.
Which happens.
And he's like, oh, I'm going.
Yeah. Tony's never ready.
I don't think I don't think she's doing it to like get under his skin. Truthfully, it sounds like someone who's inexperienced with ordering or gets anxiety about ordering at a new place that she's never been to. And she's like, if he's eating it, I like his food, it must be good. And as someone who used to freak out over menus, like I think there's a real possibility that that's what's happening.
It could be.
I can't speak for her, but that's what I'm getting. And I think his leaving her at a fucking restaurant because she ordered the same thing at you is like, Small Town Stitch said it on TikTok, but they said, duck, brozo.
Hey,
and I'm like,
duck, brozo.
It's so witty and it's so perfect.
I like it.
But I think she's, I don't know. It's weird. I
Sage,
don't understand leaving her there.
Sage on the TikTok side says, I'm a foodie, but his reaction is ridiculous. And look, if this is his thing, this is his thing. But even if you have a thing, I think establishing a boundary and explaining like what's going to happen if this behavior doesn't stop is required if you're going to have a reaction like this. Otherwise, it's not warranted, right? Then you just abandon her.
Right.
Without prior notice, without prior warning. And that's where I have a serious problem with it. Hey, Dr. Sweets dropped the 10 bomb and said, my guess is that she doesn't want her food stolen and has told him that, and he acts that way. Also, she has told, we hit your button. Thank you. Also, she has told him that she wants to keep ordering the same thing. So I don't know why he was surprised. Valid. Or there was another comment over on the TikTok side that said, I wonder if maybe he embarrassed her about her palate early on, and then she, maybe she was ordering chicken tenders every time, and she's like, okay, I'll be more adventurous by following your lead. He has a problem with that, but has only casually mentioned it. And again, I'm going to keep going back to that because that's my main problem here. It's not so much about what the thing is. It's about he didn't establish a real boundary. He just reacted with kind of tiptoeing around it ahead of time.
But is it a boundary? Because all he really wants to do is try new things. He wants to double the fun.
Yes.
And he wants her to order
I agree.
That's a weird.
It's selfishly motivated, but we all have our things, right? Yeah. So if this is his thing, regardless of what that thing is, I do think that like explaining it well and establishing a boundary for that before you have this kind of reaction is needed. You can't just react and then be like, well, I have a thing. Okay, well, that's cool and all, but if your partner is surprised by this, then that means that you didn't communicate it clearly, right? If he hadn't the fact that he abandoned her has me at a 1. He abandoned her and she was surprised by it because there wasn't adequate prior communication here. I do think it is a brozo move as well. I think this is one of those things that it's silly, but again, it's it's one of his things. People have their things, but still, this is something that it's not just he definitely shouldn't have done it. Like it was a shitty thing to do to somebody, to abandon her there with 2 meals, which means what? She had to pay for both of the crispy duck bowl meals too, because he abandoned her because she ordered the same thing. Like none of it makes sense. He's a dick for doing this. Dick.